Breaking news. Yo, Jay-Z wants Diddy's teen R case dismissed or Jane Doe's real name revealed. He has every reason to ask for this. Now they got Jay-Z tied in with Diddy. Sit back so we can see how this whole thing is playing out. Man, get your popcorn and make sure you hit the subscribe button while you're moving. All right? We're in the house. Unique Mecca Audio, we're in the house. Let's get right to this. I'm not feeling good. I just want to give y'all something so y'all can hear. But I just want to give my people something, man. This is where we at with the Jay-Z situation.
This morning, rap mogul Jay-Z is denying allegations he sexually assaulted a 13-year-old girl alongside rapper Sean Diddy Combs. That civil lawsuit filed against Combs in October was amended Sunday to include Jay-Z. The accuser, identified only as Jane Doe, says she was sexually assaulted by both men at a Video Music Awards after party in 2000. In a blistering statement, Jay-Z accuses Jane Doe's attorney of trying to blackmail him. He said further, quote, "These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree?"
Now, that's right. Jay-Z went at him proper. But all I'm going to say in this case is be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you ask for. Because these people not playing, Jay. Once they get their sights on you, what I don't understand, and I want y'all to understand, is Tony Busby already said he's going to be working with the federal government. So for Tony Busby to go ahead and put Jay-Z's name out, that means the Fed said it's a green light. We seen Jay in something, allegedly, and we getting ready to make a move on him too. So you shake him up, put him out there, and that's what it is. They tag teaming our moguls and millionaires and entertainers because I don't understand. You know, I don't understand why. Why is it only they're listing when we know that Diddy also had in his parties? But they're only bringing out, but they're gonna have to bring out sooner or later, and then we're gonna see who they choose to bring out. They mentioned Ashton Kutcher and Demi Moore and Bruce Willis, but let's see where they at. Let's see where it go. But let's stop it, y'all. Y'all need to pay attention. You up and coming millionaires out there in the music game, entertainment game.
He added, "My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people." Joining us now, Joey Jackson, CNN legal analyst and criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor. There's a lot to unpack here. Joey, I want to start with just the statement from Jay-Z, which is so forceful in its denial. I just read a teeny part of it. It's long. Where he says that they should file a criminal complaint. Is that even possible at this point?
So based on the allegations, Jessica, good morning, good to see you. I think that it certainly could be. Why do I say that? Now, he, of course, is more than annoyed, would be an understatement.
Yeah.
He has a family and he has a lot to protect, including his brand. But to the extent that he's saying, hey, come after me criminally, that could be likely. Why do I say that? Because rape in New York, and what's alleged in this complaint, is forcible compulsion. What that means in English is that it's saying that he held her down, raped her, and that, of course, the allegation is that Mr. Combs did the same thing. And so if those facts are actually accurate, it would require an investigation by prosecutors. And if true, right, you could pursue it criminally. Now, with respect to the evidentiary value, yes, it happened 24 years ago, right, more than 24 years ago. But in the allegations, there's a few things. Number one, there's allegation that another celebrity was present at the time, right, in addition to other people. Number two, there's the claim by the victim, right, that she left, that she went and she was seen by a gas attendant who saw her in distress. Number three, that she phone called her dad, who showed up, the 13-year-old, and now removed her. So civil complaint, simply allegations, needs to be proven in a court of law, but if true, it could rise to the level of criminality, and we'll see what happens, or if the DA looks and investigates.
So what happens now?
So what happens now is this is simply a civil complaint. And in a civil complaint, it goes through the technical legal process. Now, the distinction, Jessica, between civil and criminal, of course, is that civil is for monetary damages, right? The system can only reward you with money. There's allegations that this 13-year-old is suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, suffered depression, etc. So now you go to fact-finding, right? Before that, just briefly, there was a demand letter sent. And a demand letter is a letter being sent by a lawyer saying, hey, I don't have to sue you. We can sit, we can mediate it. If we reach an agreement, it never sees the light of day. Jay-Z saying, I don't care about your demand letter. I look at it as blackmail. You want to sue me, sue me. You want to look at it criminally, look at it criminally, but it'll go through the fact-finding process. If a trial is necessary to determine the facts, that's what will happen, but it'll be deemed civil. No indication at this point as to whether or not any criminal investigation will ensue as a result of this.
Yeah, and Jay-Z came back incredibly forcefully against these allegations and really singled out that attorney as well for being, I'm paraphrasing here, but greedy, saying he's out to get money, and calling that letter essentially blackmail.
Yeah, and in addition to that, Jessica, also suing the attorney, saying he's intimidating him, harassing him, etc. Now, demand letters are not new. What lawyers do is they send them out as a matter of protocol and practice so that you can expedite the process. At the same time, there's certain ethical standards that you have to use, and you have to have a good faith factual belief that this is true. Now, you can argue this complaint was filed in October, right? Could have mentioned Jay-Z then. You didn't. Why? It was amended now to include him. Are the factual assertions true? Are they fact or fiction? Is it a money grab or not? All of that will be litigated in a court of law, but according to Jay-Z, this never happened, is pure fiction. It is a money grab, and he's fighting for his name, reputation, and certainly innocence and justice in his view, which is he didn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah.
Isn't that the same thing that Diddy said before they dropped the tape from the hotel with Cassie? Let's pray they don't drop nothing on Jay-Z, right? I'm going to break something down to you, but let them finish their commentary. This one's going to be short to the point, but this is real serious because, y'all, we under attack. We under attack.
And you touch on a point, too, that I wanted to ask you about, which was that this was an amended. This was an amendment to this already existing lawsuit. What are people to take away from that? The fact that they're coming back and adding to this now with this specific name?
Yeah, Jessica, so it depends. That's also common. You could amend lawsuits, right, as a matter of course, and you do, to include certain factual allegations. The interesting thing to me, in terms of your question and the takeaway, if you had this information about Jay-Z, it happened allegedly in September of 2000, why not include it in the original complaint? What happened between October and now that necessitated you putting in, and it's a question of credibility. Was he celebrity A, right, as was noted in the October complaint? Is this pure fiction? And what's interesting in the complaint is he really, that is the lawyer, tries to tie Jay-Z to Mr. Combs in so many ways, right? Birds of a feather is the argument that he's making. You can make that argument. You need the facts to sustain it. Let's see if they come up with any facts.
All right. So where I'm going at with this, right? Where we going at with this? Let me see. I just want y'all to understand how serious this game is that these people is playing. And y'all think it's a joke. Y'all saying, lock them up, lock them up. But now, if y'all want to run it back, right? Let's take this back a notch. Do you remember when the Honorable Donald Trump was running for president? Jay-Z did something on one of the major platforms, and he talked so nasty about Donald Trump. Like, he said something like, when like, what America turned to was, how Donald Trump was created, with like when you had the garbage and you got all the slime around, and that's something nasty I don't even want to repeat. But, isn't it a coincidence that now the two biggest supporters of Obama and back in that time, that was so vocal about it, is now being charged for these crimes. Diddy did the joint with Charlemagne, talking about starting the Black National Party. Jay-Z did the joint saying Donald Trump was created from slime around the garbage. Don't agree with that. Let me say that right off the rip. But that's what Jay-Z said. Now Jay-Z finds himself, along with P. Diddy, needing the Honorable Donald Trump. Round of applause to Donald Trump. Round of applause to Donald Trump. Now, both of these men, so you understand, they both went against the political grain and they bet on black and they lost. They bet on Obama and they lost. Because now, Red is in office and Red has the power, and the only one that could free these two. So only way they're gonna get the Honorable Donald Trump to free them is to come out their pocket. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand the words coming out my mouth? That's how deep this is. Both of these men, Diddy and Sean Carter, was so vocal back during Trump's first election. And then now when Trump wins a second term, and then here they are in Trump's system, in Trump's palm, and it's up to them. So we're gonna title this video, Jay-Z and P. Diddy begs Trump for a pardon. They beg Trump for executive clemency. That's all they could do right now. They in Trump's grip. Trump is the only one that can free them because the justice system is not going to do nothing for them. Look what happened with the January 6th alleged insurrection. Those men, and that's going to be, just watch what's going to happen on January 20th. On January 20th, when they do the inauguration for Donald Trump, and he go have them bring the men out that was convicted for the January 6th insurrection out of prison, that was put in prison by the very government that he's now controlling. So they locked him up for fighting for Donald Trump, so they say. And now Donald Trump is back in office. He's going to let him out, and he's going to stand there with them by his side, his true soldiers. That's loyalty. That's what a lot of y'all need to learn, loyalty. And like they say, pick a side. See, Jay-Z and Diddy, they picked a side. They picked blue. They picked black. And now Red is in the office. Now they need them. And you see, I could go on and on about this because Biden is the one who signed the crack law. He's the one that wrote it, orchestrated it. And then Clinton signed it for the mandatory minimum and all these new death provisions and all this to give us all this time that cost me almost 3 decades in federal prison. And a lot of my comrades that's now coming home. Donald Trump released this with the First Step Act. He put that in place. But then now, the very man that started this debacle that America see was a false, narrative of lock them up and throw away the key. Joe Biden could have freed and continued right where Trump left off. He could have corrected his own mistake. Bill Clinton cried and said that was the worst thing he ever did. I'm a little sick. I feel it coming in, so I'm about to tap out. But yo, let's get up out of here, man. All right.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Fresh out the can 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in hall. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. Did not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, make an audio.